Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oblivion D&D time. So, if you were not with us last time, and you haven't watched this episode because you can't because it's not on YouTube yet, uh, then this is what's going on. So, last time, all the signs were pointing to the fact that we needed to get out of uh, our home and at least leave the Bulge, Cloudforth. Uh, and we decided to venture a little bit further. So we had some friends who we wanted to return home, and also, we had business elsewhere. So we decided that we would do our best to get out of the city, even though we were told we probably shouldn't do that. Actually, we were told absolutely don't do that.
Explicitly.
But we decided to do it anyway. And so we hatched a perfect plan to forge some documents that would give us passage out of the Bulge and allow us to use their teleportation circle, which went off without a hitch, as far as I'm concerned. So we talked our way through several levels of bureaucracy and red tape and got to use the portal out of our Bulge into Goldfly, where they have a bigger teleportation circle that goes further out into the world, and so we also used that one. And as we took our companions and stepped through the portal, we were off to King City, in a very far away island that sounds like it's much bigger than any island could possibly be. So we're going to go experience the big city. So this is like, I don't know, I can think of any number of various movie references depending on how you consider our party, what you consider us to be like. But we are out for a night on the town, the big city, and we're going to see what happens.
And we step through. And when we come out on the other side, well,
Oh boy.
if you're watching from home again, maybe not expect a whole lot of great visuals this game, but, well, not a but. Oh man. Hold on. Roll 20.
There's going to
not
be
cooperating. Exact right moment. There we go. It's a chamber that looks remarkably like the one that you step through. I mean, all these chambers look the same, but this one, as you come out, is much bigger. And as you step out, you see clearly what are several acolytes moving about. These are all connecting hallways to all sides. Clearly you're in a very large building of some type, much larger than the one in Cloudforth. And they all seem to have a symbol on it. If you know religion, you can make a religion roll if you feel like you would know. It's not one that may come across much, but I think Linnaeus would at least recognize it as Ogma, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Ogma. I think it's Ogma. That one.
That's right.
Yeah. Which is a god of knowledge and art. So clearly you're in some kind of, seems to be a temple of Ogma. And they don't, god of knowledge. Their symbol seems to be some kind of just scroll. It's like a blank scroll. Seems to be there. They have it on all of their, attire. And they glance at you and then they go about their business. There are a few guards here, and they're like leaning or sitting down. they look up and notice you and just go back to, you know, filing their nails or whatever they're doing. Yeah, nobody, there's somebody that is sitting here at a desk, and she just is writing, and she turns around and looks at you and just goes right to writing. It's a little bit of a different entrance than what happens where you're from, where things are, as you come in, everything is documented and everything is, here's your pass if you're going somewhere you're not normally are. Doesn't seem to be any of that going on here.
Nice. Graduated from middle school to high school.
That was even better done than you realize.
I mean, clearly they're just waiting for us to step up to the desk. So of course I'll, step up to the desk.
I'll form a line behind him.
Greetings, Keldrin Silverwind, Caelbryn.
Oh, what?
Which
Alikala. Alikala.
Alikala.
Servant of Agma.
Great to meet you. What documents do you need to see? I have everything is in order, I can assure you.
Made to be suspicious.
And Kelder doesn't notice because he's talking to her, but a couple of you see like Gorby's behind going, I don't know, she's and she seems legitimately confused by your question. Your document, are you an emissary from somewhere? You do appear to be maybe not from around here, but based by how you are attired. And of course, to you guys look normal. I mean, this is but looking around here, I mean, it's hard to tell what she means by that. But she says, "But do you have an appointment with someone? Can I help you find? Can I help you find what it is that you need?"
Actually, we are in need of something, and if you could help us find what we need, that would be wonderful.
Well, the Agma is the divine one, and
yes, of course. How would we go about finding a person that lives here somewhere, and we need to find them?
Well, King City is there's, if you go down to the Hall of Records, you probably don't know what that is. I will give you directions in a moment. Well, you won't be able to go at this time of night. But if say in the morning, you go there. They keep a fairly good track of people. I mean, people come in. Have you ever visited King City before?
No, this is our first time.
Well, there's a lot of people that visit our fair city, and so I mean we don't necessarily have a record, but if they live here and they have lived here for a long time, then it'll probably be pretty easy to find them, especially if they are someone of note.
And if they don't live here, but they've just maybe passed through, and this person, we don't know that they're necessarily in King City, so is there somewhere that we would find someone who is just somewhere in For All?
Yeah, like just in a different part of the island.
Right, like maybe not in the city, but
The outskirts.
Where did you say you were from again?
we're from a place called Cloudforth.
Wow,
Yes.
interesting. You are not from Fural at all?
Well, not. I mean, some of us are. Some of our companions. They're from.
Gorby
Thrall,
waves.
but we are not.
Oh. I would suggest, if that's the case and you cannot find who you're looking for here, that you're looking for one, like a specific person by a name.
Yes.
Not like just a wizard, but you're looking for like
Right. One specific
Someone.
person who may or may not be a wizard.
right, of course. I just use it as an example.
Right.
Well, your best bet would probably be I would say probably some divine searching. I don't know if they're not here. Well, unless you have any leads, any clues.
We know their name. That's
That's a start. That's good. That's good. It might require a little more than that, but
So by the powers of Ogma, perhaps.
yes, and I'm sure that one of our priests or priestesses could help you out with that.
So there's a temple of Ogma somewhere in the city?
Well, you're
We're in
standing.
Oh,
You're standing.
oh, this is the temple. Sorry,
Yes,
where we come from, our rooms like this aren't usually in temples.
Ah, yes. Yeah, well, and for all, it's not necessarily the case either. It just so happens King City, well, this is why King City has grown to be the most majestic place in the world.
What other temples are in this temple complex?
Do you mean here in specifically right here in Ogma's?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is just a sole temple to Ogma. But throughout the city, you will find temples and places of worship to, well, most of the known pantheons, as we would say. Well, those that of course can function in an urban setting. You won't find any of the malevolent ones, of course, but
So there's no temple complex? All the temples are individual?
well, yes. I mean, some of them are close together, and of course, like Torm and Tyr and Helm. I mean, they always kind of, stick close together, and but no, we don't generally share building space. There's plenty of room for everyone.
Are all the temples this big?
Well, no, we're a modest size. Somewhere.
You're a modest size?
Well, yes. I mean, Ogma does not seek to, I mean, Ogma contains all the knowledge of the world. We don't need to hoard more of that. It's enough to know. Knowledge is power. It's not the size of the temple that matters.
Sounds like we came to the right place.
It's how you use that knowledge.
So, how would one get some of that knowledge? Say about maybe the whereabouts of a particular person, if divinely speaking.
Well, you would head down to she kind of points in several of the hallways, and you would find one of our priests, and you would ask them to perform a divine search. And I mean, of course, there is a cost for such things. We have to keep the upkeep of this modest building. We must always tithe. But yes, from there, if you're if who you're looking for is around and is not warded or shielded or otherwise so powerful that can't be seen, then should be able to point you in the right direction.
Wonderful. I think, turn back to Reyes, I think this is going to be easy. We either find them in the record of Elodie's name, or we just come ask Kieran. Tell us exactly where they are.
So we came to the right place.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Gorby has a little bit of like a smirk. And Jonulfer's.
Do you think they use the same money here? Is our money gonna work?
Pater will take out his coin pouch and rattles it, and you know there's not much in it, and then he puts it away. And
Yeah.
I don't think so. But this is Jonulfer's. I know the city. There'll be somewhere where you can exchange your money.
So we'll give them our money, and they'll give us
Money that you can coinage you can spend around here. You may be able to find some collectors that would gladly accept your Esalian money, but I don't know if you're going to find many people that care for such a thing.
That's unexpected. So we can't use our coins here.
But I think maybe to our advantage. They don't necessarily know that Salian money is worth a lot more than Feralian money.
I guess I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, it's, I've heard talk of it around the tavern many times.
Huh, I've never heard that before just now.
Well, you don't spend much time in the tulip.
I don't spend as much time in the tulip as you.
Exactly.
Tulip.
Right.
I
think we're gonna come out well ahead.
All right, so we've got a plan.
Just was John DeFleurs again. Just clear on the plan. What's the plan
Records
for tonight?
Oh, right.
Where would be? Wait, I'm trying to remember. I know they told. Is John Dolfers the one who's from the city?
No, so he's from Caldern, which is a town to the southeast.
But
and
he
then
was which was closer than.
Yes. Yeah.
I think the first order of business is sampling the Feralian version of whatever kinds of fine ales or other beverages that might be new to us. So, if there's
Is that
somewhere...
our first step?
Pater will ring his pouch again.
Can we change our money to something we can use? And then find.
Well, I suppose, yeah, we'll have to get the money we can use first and then find somewhere that has drinks. Because that place will probably also have beds so that we can be comfortable for the night. And then be fresh in the morning to go to the Hall of Records.
We're not where the Oblivion started, but we're on the same island as it.
I don't think I want to go there quite yet.
It's called The Vanishing here.
Alakela looks back up.
Right.
It started on this island.
Just a friendly word of advice. I don't know if I would walk around saying that too loudly.
No, we still struggle with an Esalia. It's
Esalia.
yeah.
Esalia?
Yes.
As in floating islands, Esalia?
I mean, that's where Cloudforth is.
Yeah, Cloudforth is in the clouds.
Oh wow. Oh, you are from far away.
Mm-hmm. Quite far. That's the nifty thing about these portals. You don't have to get on a boat.
Very true.
I don't know that there are shipping routes between here and there.
Well, I'm sure someone's made maps somewhere.
Certain.
I'm sure we have some in these halls somewhere.
We have maps of the world.
Well, yes. I meant more the shipping lanes, but yes.
Oh yes, that. If someone were to want to learn more about that, then where would they go?
Shipping lane?
No, the other thing. The Oblivion, or the Vanishing, I mean.
I mean, there are libraries. And I suppose here's not a bad place. I just I'm not sure what you'd want to be looking for.
I'm not quite sure yet myself. I'm curious about so many things. By all accounts, it started on this island, so it seems like there'd be more records of it here than other places.
Well, yes, it did start in this land, but it was not in this realm. It's a long ways from here, where it originated, and we of course have we've experienced. Well, we did experience some of that over the last few centuries, and still occasionally.
What do you mean? Like how frequent do you have people subject to the Oblivion or the Vanishing?
I mean, it's not that often, but I mean, it's not unheard of for every week or so for someone to be stricken by it, but it's probably not even that frequently. I mean, in a city our size, sometimes, we don't even hear about it.
Someone someone here could fall ill with this without everyone knowing.
Yes. It happens all the time.
How many people live in this city?
Oh, wow. Well, do you mean regularly, or do you mean like as a daily with the people passing in and out?
People just pass through.
Yeah, how about just how many? Yeah, daily. How many people are typically here?
We count all the visitors and the travelers through here and there. We have upwards of 100,000 people living here in our city.
How many people live in like Cloudforth as a point of reference?
Maybe 15,000.
Okay. And Cloudforth is the largest city in Esalia.
I think we established it as definitely and obviously it's the largest in the Bulge. I think it's the second or third. I think we said Goldfly and Drakespeare were a little bit bigger, just because they're centralized. They probably pushing 20,000.
Okay, so this is like the combined all the larger cities in Esalia in one city.
It seems that way.
Okay.
Whenever a census is taken, the last census that was taken, which admittedly, these things take time, as we all know, there were approximately 80,000 actual residents of King City. But then, of course, since that time, more people have moved here and have settled here. And then, as I said, we have lots of visitors from upriver, downriver. The roads in and out. And then, of course, she points back to how y'all arrived.
How does all this fit on an island? I'm sorry. I mean, I think that's what I mean.
I think that's maybe a question better for you to go explore yourself.
Yes. Let's leave. I think that we have a lot to see outside of a tavern.
After we visit the tavern, of course. I mean, we can't go wandering around at night expecting to be able to see everything.
Oh, I assure you, our streets are quite safe at the night. The King's Guard would never allow anything to occur.
Oh, right. I mean, I just mean that, if we wanted to visit merchants and things like that, we can't expect their shops to necessarily be open at this time of night. Or
no, but tomorrow, well, you shall see. If you are looking for something, you will probably be able to find it.
I really hope that we do find exactly what we're looking for.
Then I hope that you're able to find what and whoever you're looking for. And go with Agma's blessing.
Been very informative and so helpful. And we're about to be on our way and leave you to your business. Although, could you tell me where would the nearest respectable tavern or inn be if we were to find our way to one?
Yes. Ooh. Well, I don't mean to pry, so please do not be offended by my question, but what are your means?
Oh, well, I mean, once we visit whatever this money exchange is, then I'm sure we will be able to settle in the nicest place that you have here in the city.
The nicest place?
I imagine so.
Okay.
Although we would like to, I would like to sample many different kinds of places, of course, as a visitor who's never been here before.
Of course.
Yeah, so maybe if you could suggest a few of various ranges, so I could make sure to sample them all and see get the full experience of this city.
Well then, hold on a second. I'm consulting
Come up with
my
5 tavern names right now.
names of. None of these sound particularly. Hold on. Oh, that's even worse. So she gives you the names of some places, and I'll get those to you soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting to fill this note in later.
Okay. The Tasty Rats Inn. She doesn't suggest that one.
Tasty.
There's like, hey, what are you talking about?
My place.
The Tasty Rats Inn.
Tasty Rats.
Yeah.
Is that like RAT apostrophe S, like it belongs to a tasty rat, or
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah.
And guess where that one fits in the grand scheme of things.
The Fabulous Fiddler is one that people enjoy. It's not the highest end, but it is quite a lively place. If that is your cup of tea, as they
I
say.
do enjoy a lively crowd. That one.
God, some of these names are terrible. The Fantastic Cashew. Let's not do that one.
I would maybe rather eat a fantastic cashew than a tasty rat.
There's a few more she throws out there, but yeah. So I mean, and like the longer you stand there, she names more and more, and like pretty soon she's named a lot, which again is starting to give you like a scope of things. I think Cloud Force has quite a few, especially taverns and like a few inns, but she's naming inns and taverns, just like, And if you head over to, and as she is talking, she also as giving you like directions. She's like, well, okay, so if you're here in Euros's Heart, these are the places that you'll find. But if you go down to Lower Thrym, you'll find this. Now, if you head up to Jarristown, that'll be more on your way out. But if you head over to Ardrick's Stair, well, I mean, Ardrick's Stair, it's, and so she starts rattling things off, and she almost seems to forget, like, you're not from around here. Like, she's just, rattling things off, like, probably typically as like a lot of augments do, like they have this knowledge and they're eager to share it with you, so they're just like rattling off. So Elrin Yard, yeah, that's a fine place. Kind of, there's a lot of the warrior class that hangs out in that area. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Elrin Yard, of course. And then if you head up to Jack's Rise, well, I mean, that's just, of course, obviously. And then, if you're there, then down the Guardian's Way, you'll find. And so again, she just starts rattling off these locations.
And all these places are in the city.
Oh, yes. I apologize. Yes. Yes. Well, yes, you will see.
Great, that's wonderful, and very much appreciate all the information. So the fiddler would just be, you said, that way?
Yes, yeah. Just head out and go to your right down like 2 streets and head over, and you'll see it.
Great. Maybe, perhaps
you'll probably hear it before you see it, but
yeah, perhaps we'll begin there as a. After a long day and some travel, it'd be nice to have a lively crowd around.
Of course. Oh, good luck to you.
Thank you, and I hope we'll see you again before our visit here is done.
Agma's blessing upon you.
Thank you. fiddler? Sounds pretty good.
We still need the money, right?
Right.
So that
Yeah, so we'll go there first and then...
check out the fiddler. Sounds good.
Stop in the duty-free shop.
So there's a king here. That's weird.
This place is kind of unusual.
Unusual.
A lot of people here.
The size of this place is beyond our understanding. Let's get out of this temple so we can get a better lay of the land.
Gorby, as y'all are walking down the hallway, Gorby's like, "You guys are in for a surprise." To be honest, I'm in for a surprise too. I've never visited King City. I'm very excited.
This is the biggest city on the island, right?
Yes. Although, maybe a word of advice. I'm sure you mean no harm, but island is I think continent is usually the word, or even just land. I mean, I guess we are an island, but I think if you say island, most people would think you're talking about the surrounding isles, where the wanderers, as they're called, make their abode.
More about for all.
But yes, it just for all would work.
Oh, the land of for all.
The land of for all, and you said that there's islands north of it.
Well, mostly north. Yeah, predominantly to the north. There's a few west and well,
It's surrounded by islands?
well, there's not many to the south.
There are some to the south. Are we on like an archipelago?
Yeah. Corby or Johnny struggles with that words. Yeah, so you go down, you go like, and again, as you walk down, you see more augments, but then also some guards, and you see some like miscellaneous people visiting, whether they're just talking, or maybe they're, praying, maybe they're, you see some walking around with books. I mean, it's, just that kind of thing going on. But you get, close to like the front, entry area. And the doors they're open. And it is night. So the first thing you notice is that, so when you left Esalia, it was just getting into night. So I mean, it was like where evening turns into night. I mean, it was like that time period. So it wasn't pitch black, but it was certainly past twilight, whatever that period is. As you walk out, like you can see the sky over just buildings for as far as the eye can see. And then of course, you lose sight. But you also notice that it is much darker here than it was in Esalia. Like you would call this at home, like it's got to be easily like 9, 10, 11 o'clock at home. But that's certainly not the time that you had left. So you kind of get to those like the steps of the temple, and you look out and you just see a city for as far as your eyes can see. Um, you know, all right. This is an unfinished product because it proved harder than I wanted it to make, but you know, same time, it's close to what I want it to be. Besides, it needs a few more things to it, but I'll throw it up there just so you can kind of get a visual of. And again, right now you don't know where any of these places are, but
This is great.
you're like over here in Eurosa's heart. See my yellow circle there? Yeah. So that's where you are. So you can see there is a river, which I was thinking about this. I think a river is kind of a foreign concept to y'all. You know, I'm not saying you don't know what it is, but whether you've seen one or not before, I'm not sure. So yeah, you see a you know, river. This is one of the things about the map that I need to work on. The river's a little wider than that, because you do see from where you are, because you're fairly close enough to it. You're fairly close enough to it where you can see there are some ships on the water, and they're not big ships. They're like, you know, river boats, you know, passing up and down the river. Some of them have like a lot of lights and a lot of torch lights and things hanging on them, a lot of candles, you know, a lot of you know, those type of things. Yeah, and so you see, you know, and you can see back to your southeast that there is in fact like a walled palace that is probably the biggest building you've ever seen. Like singular building. It is magnificent. It is. I mean, just looking at it, even in the dark, because there's so much light coming off of it, that it's lit up, and so you can just see it, and it sits up a little bit, so it's higher than you are, and then you can see kind of this city wall that's around. And so from where you are at the moment, it looks like that kind of where you are, like Eurosa's Heart, Lower Thrym, like the New Crossing, the West Gate, like this is the city. It's really hard to tell like what's beyond that at the moment. But you get the impression that maybe this isn't all there is. And even at this hour of night, there's people moving up and down the streets. You know, there's some houses that just, you know, and apartments and things like that have lights on. You know, some of them are dark. You know, that seems fairly typical, you know, for, you know, as compared to Esalia. It's, you know, most of your shops and things seem like they're probably closed. But you can also see some establishments that appear to be open, you know, as you're just kind of getting the feel of all of this. And everybody make a perception roll. Keldrin is looking for...
I see a lot of stuff, but nothing in particular. A lot of stuff.
So Alenius and Kater, you also notice that as you're looking, that you see that said there's people moving about up and down the streets. You even saw some of the people in the temple. That there's quite a few people here that appear to be elderly, which stands out to you because just in this little area you're in, like you've probably seen more elderly than you see on a daily basis in Cloud Force. I mean elderly, I mean as in past, middle age for this time and into like, later years. And that just kind of stands out that, you're not used to seeing that many people of a certain age.
Oblivion just must not be as prominent here. It just can't be. It can't be. Like, what's the difference between here and there? If it started here, you saw that, right?
Oh, what?
Ooh, so what?
No Oblivion?
Look at them. They're living full lives here.
I mean, it looks very busy.
No, I mean, look at the people in front of you. They're old.
Yeah, I guess so.
And there's no old people in Esalia. There hasn't been in 100 years, I'll bet.
Y'all don't have old people?
No.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't see very many old people. I just thought they were all asleep.
No, they don't. They don't survive. They don't survive. No, all of our elven elders fell to the Oblivion. All of them. Everyone.
They did say there was a case a week, but
I thought they were.
I guess when you have this many people, one
What do
person
you
a week out of this many is not nearly.
We have more than one person a week out of a far fewer number of people.
Right.
Their rate of Oblivion is far lower than ours. They're vanishing.
And it kind of sounded like it wasn't ever as bad here as it was wherever it started.
Yeah, they said that was on the other side of the island. Or for all
The land,
the land.
continent.
Yes.
Agkaron. That's the name of the realm.
We're in Agkaron, or that's where it happened?
That's where that's where it's theorized that it originated.
And it was much worse there, it sounded like, than some of it made its way up here, but
Well, I mean, yeah, this has been, I mean, we're talking hundreds of years now, but that's why now it's just it's a thing that happens to people occasionally, and like any malady, it strikes and people die from it.
Except that clerics can't heal it. They can't cleanse bodies from it. And
Can't heal old age. Can't heal old age either.
You can't, but you can heal a disease.
You sure it's a disease?
I'm sure it's not. If it was a disease, we could heal it.
Yeah, I didn't see much evidence of it in the week I was in Cloud Force. Seems to have been as much under control there as it is here.
We are diligent about making sure that there's no evidence of it.
That's a little. I don't know the word. Well, I don't know about you, but what the fiddler? Is that what it was called?
Yes, the fabulous fiddler. Although
Yes.
first we have to have some money that we can spend in the
Oh, right.
fabulous fiddler. So we
Right.
need to go to the place where you get Feralian coin.
Money
I-
exchange.
Yes.
I never thought about there being gold coins for different places. I thought that if you spent a gold coin or a silver coin, they were the same in one place or another. They just had different emblems on them.
Well, there's.
Kater will look around for a guard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean,
He said there's guards protecting the streets.
the guy just standing on the steps of the temple. You know.
Pointing at a king's guard.
Oh, right. Yes. Walk up to the King's Guard. Excuse me.
Yes.
Hi. All right. We are new to this city, to this land, and we've come from very far away, and we would like to visit, hopefully, very many of your fine taverns, but we came with the coin from our land, and so we need to give that to someone, and so they can give us the coin of this land, that we can visit all these wonderful places. Where might we do that?
When you say far away, you mean like you're from
We're from
Simicus or Lashram or
no, we're from Cloudforth, which is in Esalia.
is that in
It's
like is that up near Gorad? Where is that like? Where's that?
very far out in the sea from here.
Oh,
Far
oh,
across
oh,
the seas.
that. Oh, you're like,
So far that you would take a portal and not a ship, because the ship voyage would be far too long to survive.
I see. Well then, yeah, then you're gonna want to find a money exchange, a money lender, and at this time of night, well, good luck. I mean, I can point you in the direction of a couple, but they probably won't be too thrilled to have to do business at this time of night. You might get charged a little more than you usually would.
That's part of travel, I suppose.
It is. If you could wait till morning, probably get a more favorable exchange.
Yes,
But
and perhaps for
maybe-
now we'll just get enough to find a nice place to stay for the evening.
All right. But I hear the Golden Spider is pretty good. So if you need somewhere that's rather affordable,
Golden Spider.
and they treat their guests well.
What do you think of the fabulous fiddler?
It's a nice place. It's fun. It's just I can't really afford it on my salary much. It's a special occasion type place, but sometimes me and the boys will go out and we might swing by the fiddler for a drink or two.
Sounds like a nice place.
Look, it's a good time.
Although I do like the sound of this golden spider as well. So if you had to say who of these money exchangers might be the most receptive to doing business, what would you suggest?
I would say, if I were you, I would head over to
That one.
Yep.
Oh yes, the one right over there.
Let's go with, I would say, so Grustal, he's a little, well, he's a little rough around the edges, but he's always fair. And he's not too far from here. You know, you'll have to go up a little ways. Sorry, wrong direction. You have to go down a little ways. Yeah, head towards Thrym, Lower Though. You don't know where that is. Go down this street and follow the river. And as you get past New Crossing, yeah, you'll see it. It's on 7th Street, which is 7th Street. So once you get past the palace, each street after that is marked. 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd. So the 7th Street past the palace, and you'll see it from there.
Wonderful. Well, we appreciate it very much.
The engineering of that palace is unlike anything we've ever seen, or I've ever seen.
What was it? I heard the end. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, it said, the engineering of that palace is unlike anything that I've ever seen. It's like, how long has that been around for?
The palace?
Yeah.
Well, as it exists now, probably a couple decades. But it's been on that site, at least some building, for over 1,000 years. It's been, of course, remodeled and reshaped and added to and taken away from, but it's,
Of course.
yes. Queen Ethelina will not have it any other way.
King City is ruled by a queen.
Well, king and queen. But King Stefan and Queen Ethelina, she's a little more, she's wonderful, of course, but she's a little more ambitious. So.
I see.
But I wish you luck for stopping to chat. I don't know, you get to talk to very many people.
Oh, well, it's been wonderful talking with you. And we appreciate all the information. I will certainly let them know with the Golden Spider that they come highly recommended.
Thanks. If you're there later tonight, I may see you.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I hope that happens, and we will definitely buy you a drink.
I will definitely see you then.
Wonderful. The Golden Spider it is.
Do we proceed to Grustal's?
Yeah.
I'm happy. I mean, there's an alternative. I don't think we should do it.
It's true. There is an alternative.
Other ways to get money.
There are other ways to get money.
Yeah, we could go to Helm's Hall and get an allowance from the clerics there.
Mm-hmm. Same page. Same page.
I'm sure that's what Kater was thinking.
Yep. Kater was going to get his allowance.
Yeah.
Gets it from different people.
Isn't he a follower of Helm?
Yeah. He wouldn't be stealing from Helmites.
Right.
Helmets.
Helmets, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so you proceed to start walking through the city. Gorby's looking around, all excited, even dark. Because what you notice is that, like, Cloudforth has plenty of lights at night, but this place glows. So it's dark, but it's not. I mean, there are dark alleyways, but the main streets are lit well. There are, lanterns and, hanging on hooks on the streets, so street lights. It's a very well lit area. As you get closer to the castle, or palace castle, you see it stands out. You see plenty of guards around on the wall, parapets, at the gates. You pass the there's this large expanse, this green area here in front of the castle. That is super. It is probably the smoothest, greenest place you've ever seen. Like, it is, it is manicured to a T. But you don't see anybody walking across it. Yeah, smart. Yeah. And so down the street, you do get as you get into like this open area here, you see there's another temple complex of some kind here. And there's this kind of large square that's here, and right now there's not much set up in it, but it does seem like there's some kind of market or something that might take place here. You're not sure. But but you continue to proceed down. You get close enough where you can get a better glimpse of the river. The crossing here, as you kind of walk here and you look down the street towards the crossing, you can see there's a bridge of some stature. I mean, it is an impressive piece of work, like just going over the river there. And you can see kind of into the other side, and there's obviously a lot more houses and buildings and things. So you proceed down, see more of this. You get down to 7th Street. You find a sign marking Grustal, the moneylender, and there's a light on in the building. Otherwise, it's where you are. As you get to the door, and Jonathan says, "Have you ever done anything like this before?"
Exchanged money for other money?
Yeah.
No, well, I've exchanged money for lots of other things. It's can't be that different.
There might have, but not in this scenario.
Right. Yeah.
Coins that look too new, and older looking ones.
That's money laundering.
Right.
Different kind of money exchange.
Right.
Yeah. So you get there, and well, hope we can get what we need.
Is there some specific thing that we should do?
I don't know. I just you're gonna lose money on this. Just understand that.
I'm not sure that's the case. We'll see.
We will.
And if you're buying money, then you're going to receive less money than you spend since you're buying it.
Unless you're buying money with money that's worth more than the money you're buying.
I have never heard that before. But I'll let you do the talking. I don't understand.
I'm
But
fairly
I don't have any. I have no coin, so
I'm fairly sure that's will be the case.
I've just. I've never had reason to travel this far outside Esalia.
Godfers will reach over and knock on the door.
Oh, thank you. I was just about to do that.
And you hear like a rustling. It closed. Return in the morning.
I'm sorry, good sir. I understand that you are closed, and I would love to be able to wait until morning, but you see, we've come from very far away across the sea, and had to come in the evening, and need to be able to afford a place to stay here in the city.
What do you have?
Well, we have the coin from our land, Esalia.
How much?
Well, we have... Hang on, let me take a quick count. How much do we have? How much do you all have?
Here, hold out is three silver.
3 silver?
You spent everything else to get here.
Oh boy.
Remember when we had to spend 100 gold to get here?
Okay,
I-
that was your 100 gold.
I have 10 gold.
I have 43 gold.
I don't carry coins.
Right.
Okay, so we have...
We got 50 from the church so that we could get.
So we have...
There's only the second poorest one in the party.
Oh.
Like, Jonathan and Gorby have nothing because, you know, they can roll.
You guys had a whole treasure hoard right there, and you just didn't pick up anything.
There wasn't money there.
We needed to go.
There are weapons there. Those
You know, there's nothing.
Well, we would like to exchange 50 of the highly valuable gold pieces from our land.
Tear rattles is 3 silver.
You can keep it, Kater. It's fine. We don't need it yet.
Need it. Says in your
There's you see a little slot in the door slide open, and you see a little pan come out.
Oh,
Sure,
you
we'll
want us to
finish
put the
something on
coin in the pan?
Just one.
Wait, just one coin?
Just one.
Are we doing, just to make sure I understand, are we doing this one at a time?
Just one.
Put one in.
I need to see what it is.
Oh,
I'll put one in.
well, okay. So, yeah, drop a gold coin in.
we drop a silver in, ignoring his 1 coin rule.
Phil pulls back, closes. You hear you don't hear anything for a minute, and then the slot opens back up, and it comes back out, and your gold and your silver are both there again. I'll give you 35.
30? I mean, I didn't think it was worth quite as much as 35 of your gold, but that
No,
sounds
the
fine.
50. The 50 for the 35.
Oh, you suggest that we give you the 50 gold and you're going to give us 35 of your gold coins back.
Yes.
Ah, I see. Well, just if I'm going to put my coins into the thing in just a moment. But I just want to make sure that you're aware that I believe that you'll find
Oh.
ours is worth about let's see, 60 of yours, but I would like to let you keep 5, so 55 will do fine.
Stop these words. What are you doing?
Are you casting Jedi mind trick?
No, I'm
Nice.
just suggesting.
A new handbook?
I'm just suggesting that this guy should make a wisdom save.
So you can't see him.
Oh.
Talking through the door right now.
Yep. Yeah, creature.
Oh, see.
While he can hear you, it does say he has to be able to see him.
I have to be able to see him.
So I'll say you realize that before you cast your
Yeah.
spell.
If I like look through the slot, can I see him?
Not enough. I mean, you might be able to see like piece of clothing, but you don't really see him. He's like his face is standing in the door.
Okay. Another thing here. Let's see. Let's see. That one. Oh, that is the opposite of the effect I want to have. Okay. So don't do that one. All right. Well,
John Force will kind of whisper behind you. Usually the exchange rate is about 10%, so he has taken a little more than usual, but that could also be because of the hour.
well, I will just try to persuade him that I understand that it is a late hour, but that we would like to keep at least we would like to keep at least 40 of our and just see if I can, as visitors from far away who would like to experience as much as your wonderful city has to offer. I assure you that we will be free with our coin and ensure that the people who take care of us are well taken care of. Spread goodwill and cheer throughout your city by visiting many of the fine establishments. So if you could just see to us keeping a little bit more, it will go to good use.
You gotta roll here.
Yeah, I'll
roll
just see
your,
if that's persuasive enough.
your door persuasion here. Yeah, so it's pretty good through a door.
I feel like I'm being pretty persuasive right now. Like almost as persuasive as I can be.
Yeah. Done.
Wonderful.
As long as you tell me where you're from.
Oh yes,
Where this coin is from.
This coin. Well, we are from a bulge, which is sort of the equivalent of what you might call a town here, a small town, that is called Cloudforth, and it is in Esalia, which is very far across the sea, and it floats above the sea, up in the clouds. As I'm like putting coins into the.
Esalia.
Yes.
Yeah. Once y'all put the 50 in there.
And 3 silver.
and 3 silver.
Don't know what you're gonna do with it, but gotta have pocket change.
So pull it back in. Here, then you can audibly hear some of the, counting. It's good gold.
Oh, we do have many fine artisans, Esalia, who put a lot of care into everything that they do.
Give me a moment.
Of course.
Yep, come back out. Eventually, the slot slides back open. There's a bag.
Ah. Well, thank you. It's been, though I suppose we haven't really met face to face. It's been wonderful talking with you, and I hope that perhaps during our visit we will see you out at perhaps the Fabulous Fiddler, the Golden Spider, and that we may buy you a drink.
Good night.
Yes, good night.
And you find there are 41 gold pieces in there.
Oh,
Turns out maybe your Esalian gold was pretty good.
Look at that. Alright, so I'll give. Okay, how many did I get from David?
10, but I mean, you just hold on to it. That's fine. Keep it in the bag.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll just
Tara will reach over and pick out a gold and put it in his purse while she's stopping.
Oh yes, of course.
It was that silver that really put it over. Right?
Yeah.
He said 40 and got 41, so
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Yeah,
if you
round
only
up.
got silver, we could have really made out.
Oh.
And you traded 3 silver for 1 gold?
Yeah.
Guy doesn't understand money.
Well, a little. Perhaps that little bit of generosity on our part will go a long way.
What y'all come to find is actually this land is now ruled by electrum pieces.
So, and we leave. Campaign over.
like we're on zero ground.
It's gone to shit.
That's why I thought that gold was so nice, because there's not any more left here. It's all
Right.
now.
Like, oh, I've
An
heard about
electrum-based
this.
economy.
Well,
All right. Well, 41 gold pieces.
not bad, not bad. Well, shall we head to the spider?
sounds good.
All right. So you go to the Golden Spider. Yeah, it's a place. Yeah, so, I mean, it is. You walk in, yeah, it's a nice tavern, and clearly looks like it has places to sleep as well. I mean, looks like it's more primarily a tavern than it is an inn, but you suspect there's probably beds as well. I mean, you pay for it. And there's a good crowd. I mean, it is, like I said, it's dark, but you get the impression that it's not that late. Like, you get the impression it's not as late as like this dark would be at home.
Like people just stay up later here.
No, like the hour just actually isn't that late.
Just darker.
It's just darker here. I mean, there's no like clocks or anything, but I mean, you know, it's yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So yeah, yeah. So I mean, you go in and
Short-term goal, Matt.
Yeah, go to a foreign tavern. Done. That is a long-term goal.
That's a long goal.
your short-term goal is to make everybody give up their money.
Yeah, it's step one, steal the entire party's money. Step two, spend the entire party's money in one foreign tavern. Go.
I mean, try to give it back to Stavid. He didn't want it, so.
Yep.
Guess I'm.
And now here we are.
Guess I'm in charge of the money now.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll use standard food, drink, and lodging prices. Pay
Person you want.
158. You want to spend the appropriate amount of gold to eat and drink, be merry.
I don't remember how much anything costs.
As you walk in, and you find yourselves a table, and people notice you when you walk in.
Obviously.
I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, but beyond that, they notice you. Yeah, there's a few, side eyes that you. I mean, you get the impressions for some of us because they don't know you, so you're obviously visitors to this place. But it's also, there's a little bit of a eclectic nature to your party. And again, you have noticed there's some very subtle differences in how you're dressed and attired, as anybody would from a land from across the world, without much contact. So, we won't get all specific about what those differences are, but it's enough to notice and not necessarily like stand out, but it's noticeable. And yeah, but no, like nobody's belligerent towards you or anything. Nobody's like giving you a hard time. They just you go in, you sit down, the bartender comes over and asks you what you want, and he takes your order, whatever you decide to order. And you eat, I'm assuming. However much that's going to be. I'm sure Josh looked it up.
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Yeah. So.
Yes. We would, of course.
It's 8 of us. Okay.
Where's that there? Oh, is this per person? Oh boy.
All of a sudden, our gold's not going quite so far.
This chart is per person, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Are we sharing a room tonight?
Let me see. How much are we gonna spend?
None of the other guys had any money, right? They were just straight out of prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've been kind of eating off y'all's bill.
Oh boy. All right. So let's see. How much are we gonna spend here?
Terry immediately starts looking around at purses.
Not purses. Looking around for loose items that might go missing. Be sold later.
One, two, three, four, five. Six. I got it. That's fine. We're doing all right. All right. Well, yes, my good man. Dinner for all of us, please. And then if you would, so this is a comfortable level meal.
Okay.
Ooh, really nice.
Yeah. If we could, and for the table, 5 gallons of your house ale.
5 gallons of ale.
Yeah, there's 9 of us. And if you have 3 rooms available for the evening.
I'll see what I have available.
Yes, thank you. Wonderful.
And yeah, they will accommodate you. They will not all be together, they tell you, but they will have.
That's fine.
They have 3 rooms available.
That's fine.
Yeah, so you're able to get a good night's meal or a good meal, and yeah, you do have your lodging. So what do we?
Everyone gets half a gallon of ale.
Everything having out of ale. Corby's excited.
My preferred units for ale.
So the course of the food is being served, and we're getting used to the sounds and the sights and things. Jonathan says, so what is y'all's plan?
Well, soon I hope to eat dinner, and I'm going to enjoy this ale very much.
Beyond our respite here.
There's some significant differences that have been discovered already about this island compared to our own. Or the Ferrol compared to Esalia. And I think that we should explore those differences.
It's not really why we came, though.
Isn't it?
Well, we kind of came to, bring them home, but also find Elodie.
More about the vanishing.
And find Elodie.
Was it really the vanishing that it was something else? Right? It's worse. That's what we're here about.
The vanishing is not Shar necessarily, or maybe it's of Shar.
Right, and Shar's darkness is not as bad as the darkness that was coming.
Right, which could be Talos or any number of other things.
Right, so that's, that was my motivation, and of course, finding this Elodie, like that's.
Yes, Elodie.
Yes.
That's the reason that, and get you guys home, right? Like that's we.
Yes.
That was.
Get them home. Also find Elodie, which I think if we begin with a visit to the Hall of Records and then perhaps back to the temple, hopefully we will have some idea where to go next and where to look for Elodie.
So in your information you received about this Elodie,
Yes.
was it specifically in King City or in Ferrol?
In Ferrol.
This is like the main city here, though, you said. It's the main city?
A great place to find someone. Or find record of someone who may have passed through.
Yeah, because they'd have records at all the gates.
This is I need more ill. So there are, well, technically there's 7 realms here. you would probably only recognize 5, but there's technically 7. And every realm has, well, a city that's larger than Cloudforth. This just happens to be the greatest city. Between those cities, there are hundreds of
People.
miles and hundreds of villages and outposts and towns and small hamlets and farmsteads and crossroad taverns and farmsteads and any number of places that your Elodie could be. This place is, you are in a very large place. You could search for the rest of your lives, even your life, Elenius, and not come across half the people in this continent. I don't mean to suggest you're searching for a needle in a haystack, but I liken it to more you're searching for a needle in a stack of needles.
Well, fortunately, we are looking for a very unusual needle.
In what way?
Well,
She wearing a name tag or something?
no,
That would be helpful.
it would be helpful. She's Rintrin. She has a strange aura.
That means she'll just glow when you see her?
No,
And you're,
but for
and
those
what
who
is,
can see auras, hers will be strange and different. Kind of like
Who?
ours, like mine and Stavin's.
So which one of you can see auras?
Well, we did meet someone who could see auras.
Did you bring them?
No, she.
He looks malignant.
No, someone he knows who had to go back to where he's from and couldn't stay with us. There might have been someone. The Triton we talked to might have been able to. I don't remember if she could see auras or not. Perhaps. She knew about them.
Yeah, I don't think she could see him. I think she knew about that.
But anyway, Elodie was from Thrintra and then is here in Coral. And Stavid and I have to find her.
Why?
She's
God told us to.
What'd you say?
A god told us to. Which one?
Saloon.
Saloon told us to. She didn't care to be more specific on the location.
Did you ask?
No.
Ran out of questions.
Well, I don't know if the 41 gold coins minus whatever all this costs is going to get you very far in your search. So as a piece of counsel, I would advise you to maybe find something to make a little money.
How far is your home from here?
Give me a second. I have to look at my map that I don't have. Well, I have it, but he doesn't have it. Sure, it is my own. Hmm. Hmm. Do we have horses? Oh, probably not.
But there must be somebody here who can provide horses. Such a
Not
big
for-
city.
Not for 41 gold.
Do we have horses on Esalia?
You do have horses as far as like, work horses or plow horses or even horses to pull like, chariots or carts. But obviously they're more domesticated and to not ride a long way, long ways.
Mm-hmm.
I can do some math.
All right. Well,
If we don't have horses, it's going to take, I would say, about 6 weeks.
weeks.
Yes. Horses, we probably cut that in half.
Okay. Horses for everyone. What if we had, say, a wagon and a couple mules?
5 to 6 weeks. They don't move very swiftly. And while there are plenty of roads here, once you get to Raw, the roads become a little less usable, a little more rough.
So we should get horses, is what you're saying.
I am saying that if your objective is to get me home, then yes. I don't necessarily know if that's your task. I do appreciate the notion. I appreciate the offer, and I will not turn it down. I'll also say I don't know if that gets you any closer to where you want to be, or it could get you closer to where you want to be.
We need to figure that part out as well.
Whether we need to stay here and be looking in the city, or if we're going to have to venture somewhere else on this continent.
But you bring up a good point that we're going to need to probably get some more money than the 41, however much is left now, to be able to do much at all. So
Now, in a city this size, in the morning, I'm sure you can find work for hire. And if you're so looking to move out of the city, I'm sure you could find work for hire on wagon trains, caravans, working as guards on a merchant train. This is King City. There will be whatever you're looking for. You want to get on a ship and go down the river, work
I don't think we need to do that.
work on a riverboat, or go upriver. And you'll be able to find whatever it is you want around here.
That
Sounds
good to know.
good. And if we're heading your way, maybe we go with you. If we're not, maybe we set you up with the horse and what you need to make the journey yourself.
Right. Like we can, or if we're going and we can afford another horse beyond what we need, and
I mean, we can't.
travel with you, then. Although I am glad that we've been able to get you much closer to home than you were.
As am I. It doesn't seem so far away anymore.
That's good. I'm glad it sounds like it feels better to be at least back in your own land, if nothing else.
That Gorby has finished his half gallon of ale already.
So if you're taking him to Caldern, that means that we're going in a different direction.
Well, the same thing goes for you.
Brings me sorrow.
We might need to split up and set somebody up in one direction, and we travel the other direction.
All right. Split the party. I read a story about that one time. That always works well.
I mean, is it safe to travel in this for all?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm the best source of that, considering I was kidnapped and thrown into a magic tower. And
Valid.
I mean, until that point, I thought it was pretty safe. Iron Trees is it's a nice place. But I feel that if you're going towards Caldern, Southern Forall, I live in Northern Forall, and you, right? You don't know how big.
More than 6 weeks to get to your home, I presume.
I think so. Although I don't actually know because I've never been here, but I'm sure we can figure that out. But I would guess it is further away than that.
We don't know where we're going. We need to figure that out.
We may end up having to go north, or
We
may have to go south, or we may not have to go anywhere.
need to make enough money to ask another god or something. Something similar. Yeah, we're not going to go around asking, even in this city alone. If she happens to be here, that'd be amazing. But it sounds like the chances of that are low.
There's just so many people here.
Right.
There are, yes.
Makes Auckland small.
Didn't realize that. I'm not going to offend the people that are buying me drinks. Never mind.
He holds up his empty can and just starts acting like he's drinking again. Well, I guess we enjoyed the night and see what we can figure out in the morning.
Exactly.
Yes.
Nothing. No point in worrying about anything now. Enjoy our dinner. Enjoy our drinks. Have a good rest.
Just curious, how much money do you think we'll have left after all this evening?
None.
No, we've got
One gold because
We'll be washing dishes.
no. We have like 32 gold left. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
spent 8 gold.
Like at 8 gold a night, we got like 3 more nights ahead of us before we're out of money.
Don't bother counting meals. We'll be all right.
Look, it's just
All right.
when you're in a new place, the first night you gotta live it up a little bit. We can
Yeah.
dial it back later,
I
but
can steal enough to keep up with that.
yeah.
Did you say you could or could not?
Could not. I don't know that I could never be able to steal enough to keep up with that without just getting caught.
You do notice at one point, Kater, that someone had a pair of white sequin gloves on, and they took them off and they put them down on the bench, and then they were drinking and having a good time, and they just got up and walked away, and then they walked out of the establishment. So you said you were looking around for things. There's a white, it's kind of nice sequin glove just sitting there on the bench, and at the moment nobody has like noticed it.
I'll take it to the lost and found later. He'll get up with his drink. Is anybody else at that table?
I mean, it's kind of one of those like, long bar tables, but this is kind of down on an end close to you. That's why you noticed it. So,
Yeah,
and the people on the other side aren't paying attention to those people that just left.
He'll get up with his drink, which he hasn't had much of yet, and go sit down where the glove is and pocket it while sitting and listening to the conversation there.
Yeah.
Wait, secret glove. This is great.
I love a good trinket table.
Yeah. Well, and I've got a soft spot for trinkets.
Oh, there you go.
I hide trinkets away in my pockets.
Oh, because you're a crow.
And for the urchin, that was one of your personality trait options. I was like, that's perfect.
Yep. That's great.
After a couple hours, and it's now getting on towards, what you'd consider to be a later part of the evening, and people are starting to foul out. Some of the late night crowds coming in, and y'all are feeling a little more fatigued than you thought you would at this time of day. And it's not like levels of exhaustion and everything, but it's just, you're feeling it kind of like settle into you, like, we've had a long day. And you have had a long day. I mean, because, but as you're like contemplating, well, might be time to like turn in. You're all of you like, catch an ear of like somebody talking at like one of those other tables. And he's just talking about like the thing that catches your ear, especially Elenius, like you hear like the gods' wrath upon this land. The gods, this is like plural gods, like all their wrath upon this land. And the people around, there's 3 people sitting with them, and they're listening. Like they don't like, what are you talking about? Like they're listening. It's just like, I haven't seen anything like that and in my lifetime. And so he's just talking about like it sounds like he's talking about some kind of like natural disaster. So he doesn't talk about like there's an attack or anything. It seems like he's talking about like some great storm came up out of off the ocean and just like wrecked this village that he was passing through. And so he's just talking about it, and he was like, I feel for the people there because most of them had no warning. And so So he talks about that for a little while, just with these people around him, and they're all, they order another drink, and they just and then eventually the conversation will kind of teeter off into how's Sarah doing, that kind of thing. Besides that, like, there's no other like conversations going on that really catch your ear tonight. That'd be out of the ordinary.
God's wrath indeed.
What happened?
I'm not sure, but I think that when we speak of gods, then I'm curious. So I'd like to learn more if I'm able. I might take my leave of you for a moment, at least. Elenius will make his way over to the guy who was the witness to this, it sounds like.
You're dressed as a cleric, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
He doesn't not dress as a cleric.
I was like, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So like they look up and they notice you, and they kind of just motion for you to sit. I'm like, have a seat.
So I sit with them. So it sounds like you had you were a witness to some turmoil.
Oh yes. Yeah, it was just a storm. But it was a storm of a worse storm than we can say I've ever witnessed.
Where was this?
This was southeast of here. It was technically over the border. It was in Farall. It's down past the Eternal Hills. This was a good 2-3 weeks back. I lost track of the days at this point, but yeah, it was a storm. I was passing through, traveling, coming back from visiting my sister in a place that has a name, and all the places with names. I missed one, and yeah, I was just passing through, staying for the night, and the storm just came upon this village, and well, it was horrendous.
So you were in the village when it was set upon?
I was. I was fortunate to take shelter in well, it wasn't really a storm chamber, but it served as one. It's more of a wine cellar that just happened to serve as. And when we emerged, me and the family I was staying with, there wasn't a lot left of their village.
Anything unique about it? Just a really bad storm. Any other?
Well,
Oh, I guess I wasn't there. I'm not part of that.
oh, you could speak from across the table though. He kind of looks up over at you.
Awkward listening in.
Well, the winds and the rains and coming off the coast is to be expected from time to time. The lightning was what was unique, I would say, about this storm.
Well, just a lot of it, or was it strange lightning?
Well, it was a lot that seemed to strike very accurately. as in buildings. I'd say it's not uncommon for lightning to occasionally strike a building, but for lightning to strike
All the buildings.
nearly every building in the village.
Fascinating. That doesn't sound natural.
I'm not sure what people in those villages did to anger the gods, but well, they are paying for it now.
They're certainly paying for something. The storm is past and worse to come. Yes. Thank you for your telling.
Oh, you've headed that way?
I think I might be.
Well, they could certainly use your abilities. I'd imagine they'll still be cleaning up for a while.
Yes. May Saloon light your night and Shantia guide your path.
As to you, thank you.
Well, while this is going on, it's gonna dip a little bit of Polinius's ale into Gorby's mug.
Are you sure? I'll make it fast.
So, all right. Do we do anything else this evening?
So I wasn't paying that because I was busy enjoying myself. What were you talking about with your new friend over there?
There's some place that we need to head to tomorrow. It's just outside town down the road in Ferrol.
Wait, what? Why are we?
I think it was just outside of the realm.
He said it was just outside. Yeah, outside the realm. He was traveling in a town in Ferrol to the southeast of here.
Remember, there are 7 realms in the whole continent. So,
Right.
Did he mention any other locations?
He said, yeah, he said that it was down past the Eternal Hills. It happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
What? Wait, what happened?
He was coming back from visiting his sister in a place that has a name.
That may end up being the name of that place. That's the place.
That's the name.
there was a terrible storm, and I guess the lightning was just hitting all the buildings
The lightning hit all the buildings.
as if by intention.
And in Eldrin's voice, it says, Elodie Everstrong?
You think she had something to do with it?
No.
Like, you think we're forgetting that that's what we need to do? Yeah, no,
Find
I didn't forget that.
I mean, he nods to you. He knows you didn't forget it.
But
Got a goddamn good character.
Also, the Eternal Hills. So Caldern is on the other side of the Eternal Hills. So if he said it's down past the Eternal Hills, it's a little further away than just going out tomorrow.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we're talking 5 to 6 weeks.
We'd have to go out tomorrow
5 to
morning
6
for a
weeks.
6-week trip.
everywhere you go in this world,
Why is everything 6 weeks away?
just how this area works.
Well, not everything is, just so happens to. I mean,
Things are far.
Everything that we're looking at. Some of it's further away, right?
Things are longer to get to.
Nothing's
Nothing's
closer.
closer.
5 to 6 weeks.
Closest thing is 6 weeks away.
Why didn't anybody build their homes closer to King City?
I mean, there's the 100,000 people who are here. Right.
How long does it take to get out of King City?
5 to 6 weeks.
And then it's 5 to 6 weeks to actually get to anywhere. It's like LA traffic.
We're going to have to spend that much time making enough money to buy some horses and maybe some information from the gods.
We'll see if. I mean, I can ask the Temple of Saloon, or I guess there's separate temples here. Tomorrow we can find a temple complex. And I can petition for horses for our travels. I'm not sure how it works here.
I think we need to know where we're traveling. I mean, we can work on the money for the horse thing at the same time, but we do need to know where to go.
Seeing if we can find out anything about Elodie. First,
Well,
What about this town?
yeah, it got hit by a bad storm. That's 5 to 6 weeks. It's not, just a trivial check it out. Maybe we should ask a few more questions before we.
arriving somewhere 8 to 9 weeks after a storm has passed cannot do us very much good.
This is so. I just find it hardly incidental to have this lightning-filled storm with the portions of Talos, and is that the other darkness?
I would be more interested if more of these storms happen. Where?
If my dream is to be believed, then there's worse things than storms coming.
Yeah.
Like a hangover.
Maybe we should have divided the ale up according to size.
Equity over equality.
Oh well.
John was like, I don't really want mine either, so he had mine.
Too late now.
A gallon of ale.
Well, so tomorrow I mean, it seems, at least temporarily, I'm still indebted to you guys, so I will do my best to assist you in this place, in this city.
If you can figure out your way home,
Oh,
don't let us slow you down.
Right. Well,
But we'll help. We'll
hold
try
you
and help.
here.
I haven't really been away that long, and I do owe you. It's the least I can do at this point. And I also mean no offense, but I think you guys need a little help navigating your way around here.
We're strangers in a strange land here. Yes.
As was I in your land, and you navigated. You helped me navigate.
Could use a little assistance.
Yeah, our land was small and easy to get around, and this is vast. And
It is.
they don't keep track of anything here. It's
I think
just
it's
vast
more.
and chaotic.
We
I think
missed
it's
it.
more of there's too much to keep track of here.
Yes. Yeah, I think the vastness makes it hard to keep track of things.
You do have fine taverns, however.
I think that's pretty universal.
I quite like this.
Golden Spider. Okay.
Our new place.
Although I do think we need to at least see the fiddler.
Fiddler.
Maybe after we make a little bit more money.
Perhaps. Well, I mean, one drink at the fiddler would probably be fine.
Our money's going away real fast.
Get to work, boys.
I mean,
We gotta get horses and support Keldron's
yeah.
lifestyle.
You just-
Yes. I didn't realize how much of our money would be going toward Cauldron's lifestyle.
I mean, I've got stuff for everybody. But you did give all the gold to the...
Pinky's up.
Yeah. I mean, you did give all the gold to the bard who only hangs out in taverns. That's his entire life.
Yeah, you do kind of get what you get.
So we head to the rooms for the night.
Yep.
So as we head to sleep, we find out that it is difficult to get our rest here. And what happens is that whereas usually after 6 hours we feel refreshed, it takes us 8 hours to feel refreshed. And our trancing that usually takes 4 hours takes 6 hours of trance to feel like we fully recovered from the day.
Interesting.
So we wake up in 6 hours after a fitful night and we're like, we're just not there yet. And again, we don't have like watches or anything, but it's like, I felt like I slept long enough, but I don't know if I did. So roll back over,
Bed.
sleep, trance, whatever. And so by the time we awaken, finally feeling a little more refreshed, it's dawn. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
All right. Excellent.
Too far away from that yet. And
I don't know. Time works differently here. That's what I think. Their hours are not the same as our hours. This is a
That could
weird
be too.
place. But maybe we'll find out more next time. So,
we will.
yeah. So thanks for hanging out and watching if you were hanging out with us. We probably won't be back next week because it's Halloween. So we'll probably be doing Halloween stuff.
Oh.
But maybe we'll be back in 2 weeks with something. Like some Scion. So yeah, probably tune in 2 weeks for more gaming. And we'll see everybody then. Night, everyone.
Right.